Australian Rally Championship.
An intriguing day's cricket at the MCG with Victoria beating Western Australia by 78 runs in the qualifying final of the Mercantile Cup. The Vics were defending a modest total of 187, Dean Jones top scoring with an unbeaten 90. But the West Australians crashed in the chase and were all out for 109. Neil Maxwell took 4 wickets and Victoria will now meet New South Wales in next Saturday's final in Sydney. Jeff Marsh had no hesitation sending the Vics in and his bowlers responded as Matthew Elliott departed. 1 for 17. Soon after, Nobes was on his way, with Marsh showing great reflexes. In the same over, Julian to Darren Lehmann.
And problems there for Victoria with Lehmann gone.
Jones was in good touch, but nothing was going Victoria's way. Attempting a 4th run, Tom Moody relayed a throw to Marsh, and a direct hit left Herman stranded. 4 for 56 in the 22nd over, and Simon O'Donnell was keen to settle some scores. And when he tried hitting to the longest boundary on the MCG, Mark Lavender was ready and waiting. This was one of the catches of the season.
Powerful player. Oh, what a catch!
Jones brought up 50, but was fast running out of partners. Doname was outsmarted by Stewart, and then Julian pulled in a gem off Berry.
Got him! Oh, what a catch!
Jones's knock was all class and guided Victoria to 9 for 187. Nearing the end of the innings, Dino had some not-so-friendly advice to a wayward Julian.
Having a little chat to the bowler there.
Needing just under 4 runs and over, the West began slowly, and the frustration led to Marsh's downfall. 1 for 31 in the 16th. Lavender followed minutes later, and then Wayne Andrews fell to Sutherland.
Chance, oh, what a good catch.
3 for 47. Only 9 more runs were added when O'Donnell claimed his first scalp.
There, and well taken by Lehmann.
Tom Moody made 15 when he became O'Donnell's second victim. The standard of catching in this match was phenomenal.
Well, that's the one that Victoria really wanted.
Western Australia's lower order couldn't save their side from defeat. Maxwell picking up his 4th wicket and helping the Vics into next week's final. The Foster's Cup kicked off today at Lavington in southern New South Wales, and a great start to the season for Richmond and its new coach John Northey. The Tigers showed plenty of promise, especially on the forward line against Sydney. An 80-point win with Stephen Jackson kicking 7 goals and Jeff Hogg 5. Matthew Brooks has the highlights.
With both teams looking to start the year on a winning note, tensions were high early. In the 30-degree heat, the boot of ex-Essendon player Michael Werner gave the Swans a slight edge.
Good kick by Michael Werner's a goal.
But when Tiger captain Jeff Hogg put this one through, Richmond went into the first break 3 points clear. The Tigers went up a notch in the second quarter, great lead-up work leading to this Jackson goal. The Swans' only major of the quarter came from Considine, the Tigers looking impressive.
Oh, excellent mark.
Leading by 29 points at half-time. Richmond's forward line seems to have great potential. Jackson, despite an injured right shoulder, brought up his 5th with this mark.
Jackson, a one-hander.
With a concerned Gary Buckenara looking on, the Swans' lack of match practice was evident. By three-quarter time, Richmond's lead had passed 50. The procession of goals continued in the last term, McQueen taking another screamer to bring up his 4th. The Tigers handing Sydney a thorough thrashing, winning by a massive 80 points. And they will now meet Hawthorn in round 2 of the Foster's Cup on March the 3rd. Today at Waverley Park, the Hawks had a tough 11-point win over North Melbourne, 22-8-140 to 29-129. Jason Dunstall showed himself in ominous form, kicking 10 goals, while North's Anthony Rock was reported for striking Andrew Gowers. After the match, players described the condition of the ground as disgraceful, in particular the centre-half forward area, where they believe the risk of injury is extremely high. Matthew Brooks, 7 Nightly News.
Racing today was at Flemington, and the feature event was the $350,000 Australian Guineas over 1,600 metres, and victories to the 10-to-1 shot Kenny's Best Pal. Here's Brian Martin.
At the 300, Saracen goes up to King Marauding, and further out Redding, and Silverflyer gets out now at the 250, and Redding moved up on the outside to tackle Saracen. Silverflyer fighting back the middle, then Kenny's Best Pal, and down the outside Just One goes Story. Redding struggling on the outside, Kenny's Best Pal. Kenny's Best Pal got to the front from Saracen and from the park, and Kenny's Best Pal.
Greg Childs on Kenny's Best Pal, which started at 10s. Second, Saracen at 33-to-1, and third from the park, 16s. Redding was the unplaced favourite. And what a finish to the Blamey Stakes, also over 1,600 metres. Greg Hall on Prince O'Leary storming home over the final stages.
Under pressure, 300 out. On the outside, Mannerism and Jolly Old Mac are ranging up, and Prince O'Leary back in the middle. Lovey in front of the 200 metre mark. They're closing now. Mannerism, Jolly Old Mac and Prince O'Leary. 4 in line, 100 to go. Mannerism, Prince O'Leary, Jolly Old Mac. Heads are up and down. Prince O'Leary got his nose in front of Mannerism, Jolly Old Mac, Prince O'Leary.
Prince O'Leary at 5-2, the favourite Jolly Old Mac at 6-4, and third Mannerism at 7-2. And checking the major dividends, the extra double on numbers 9 and 1, $35.50. The daily double on 10 and 8, $183.70. The quadrilla on 1, 10, 1 and 8, $1,683.10. And the quad extra 10, 1, 8 and 12, very healthy, $59,649.50. Greg Norman was the only winner on day one of the Australian Skins at Saintry Cove on the Gold Coast. Norman won the $5,000 skin on the very first hole today. The remaining 8 holes were shared, and tomorrow the prize pool will jackpot to $57,000. Tim Wharton reports.
If Craig Parry thought he was going to keep a low profile in the Skins tournament, he had another thing coming.
I think you could put a few more little things on you, you know.
Quick with the one-liners, Norman was also quick to grab the money, winning $5,000 at the first hole.
What, are you short of money or what?
At the second, Baker Finch had the chance to break a long drought in Skins, and Norman was making sure he knew about it.
Hey, Ian.
Work on a stroke.
This could be your first skin in 4 skins, you know that.
By the fourth hole, the purse had jackpotted to $20,000, and Parry had his eyes on the prize.
The bigger club, the softer swing, more gentle swing. Yes, no, beautiful shot.
Only Price could stop Parry from collecting, and Norman was urging him on.
He's got it.
By the 8th, it was up to $41,000, and Norman looked set to collect.
Crowd like it, Jack.
The tension was too much for Price as Norman lined up this putt. With $49,000 at stake at the 9th, Norman exerted more pressure. But Parry was equal to Norman, halving the hole to jackpot the purse again. Tim Wharton, 7 Nightly News.
And Mitch, I'm off home to watch the Foster's Cup, 8:30 on 7 Sport, Footscray and Carlton.
Terrific. Should be a great match at Waverley tonight.
At Waverley, yep.
Should be a bit of conjecture over the state of the ground by the looks of it.
Absolutely, and the way that Terry Wheeler and David Parkin were going on this, that should be a crackerjack game.
OK, Jim, thanks for that. And Melbourne's weather details coming up after the break.
Recently, the NRMA and RACV completed a survey of 22,000 motorists. It found that Subaru is the most reliable make of vehicle sold in Australia. And of all cars, one is more reliable than any other. The Subaru Liberty. If your car was so worry-free, wouldn't you be happy too? Subaru Liberty. Nothing else stacks up.
You can't resist this half-price Whopper offer. Buy any size fries and any size drink and get a big, juicy Whopper for half the normal price. It's the Hungry Jack's half-price Whopper offer, on for a short time only. So hurry in, because with Whoppers at half the normal price, resistance is useless.
Presenting Hot Shoe Shuffle, the new tap dance musical. Hot Shoe Shuffle. Starring the beautiful Rhonda Birchmore, the dynamic David Atkins, the stylish Jack Webster, and the sensational Tap Brothers. Hot Shoe Shuffle. Now playing at a Majesty's Theatre for a strictly limited season. Book at Bass or the theatre for Hot Shoe Shuffle.
How much to rent a Ford Escort?
£50 a day, sir.
I'll give you 15.
40.
Okay, 19. Unlimited mileage, FM radio, and a free roof rack.
£19?
Done. I'll take 5,000.
We make the deals that make you feel good. Next on Channel 7, a Jennifer Kite World Around Us premiere, the majestic Lord Howe Island. Then the new series of Beyond 2000.
Another warm day coming up for Melbourne tomorrow, and a smog alert has been issued for Sunday by the EPA. A high of 23.7 for the city today at 10 to 4, rising from the overnight low of 15.7. It's currently 22. The wind is southwesterly at 17 knots with 47% humidity. Much cooler in the nation's southeast today, temperatures mainly in the mid-20s with just 18 for Hobart. The satellite sequence shows a tropical depression in the Gulf of Carpentaria, and there's a cold front moving through the bight towards Victoria. That front should cross the state late tomorrow, bringing a southwesterly change but little rain. So for Victoria tomorrow, 35 up on the Murray, 33 for the Latrobe Valley, with the chance of a late shower or thunderstorm throughout. For the bays, a north to northeasterly, freshening to 15 to 20 knots, then turning southwesterly later, waves to 1.5 metres. And Sunday in Melbourne, fine at first, then a weak change moving through later with possible thunderstorms. 33 the high, down to 15 overnight. And looking further ahead, a few showers persisting on Monday with a top in the mid-20s, then mainly fine conditions for Tuesday and Wednesday, but warmer with tops of 30 expected. And that's the way it is this Saturday, the 13th of February. Thanks for your company. I hope you can join us for our next major bulletin tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Until then, from the news team, good night.